David, I imagine it's been a strange couple of days, but now you know that you and Chris Neil will be in charge for the remainder of the campaign. Just what's the initial feeling, first of all?
Yeah, as you say, it's been an interesting few days. I think football, as the old saying is, it can change in a week dramatically. You know, there's so much can change, and again, it's obviously always disappointing when a manager leaves. I think that, in fairness, they've asked us to try and just keep things going and work with the players, and in a short time they've responded quite well, as they've done since I've come in the door, to be fair, over the last number of weeks. Just unfortunate not getting enough results that could keep Kevin his job, but again, all it is a case of trying to keep working really hard. Again, I was brought in to support, and I'm just going to continue to do the same thing. I do exactly the same. I said that to the players. I'll just continue to keep working hard. Working with Chris, he's been fantastic since I've come into the club, as he was with the last managers that have been here. He's been fantastic how he supports things and obviously tries to do the right things. So again, the two of us are just going to work really hard and try and make sure we try and pick up as many points as we can.
You came in yourself in January, and obviously since then we've seen some positive results against the likes of Wealdstone, Halifax, and then obviously this weekend just gone. What's your opinion been on the sort of last few weeks in terms of the squad and the performances?
Well, the one thing, as I say quite openly to MD, the players have been great. They've really put a shift in as wherever they could. It's been frustrating, I think, when the first game that I was involved in against Wealdstone here, and they did really well. From that game, obviously Bash, Ash and Chris Stokes all went out, and I say Ash has just come back into the team again, you know, so there were three big losses. So when you look at it from that first game to then lose three players that started a game, three key players, it's obviously difficult, you know, and I think that's been the biggest thing within this, is like when you lose players, have you get players to replace them? And I think, in fairness to the group, we've been asking a lot of players, and they know that, you know, particularly sometimes the wider ones, we've really had to flog them a little bit because there's not been a lot of replacements. It was good at the weekend we could actually take Tyler out for a game because he's ran himself to the ground, as every single player has, to be fair, but we've had a little bit of chance in other positions to change them. But since the last few games they've done well, you know. I think even against Boston it was such a disappointing result when we stripped the game down. They still won enough areas, it's just been better in those areas. And again, it's Saturday what it showed us, like Gavin and Nick obviously coming up with goals. There's definitely quality there, I think, not just for them but from others, that we can hopefully keep scoring goals, because if you score goals you get a chance at winning games. So I do think that the squad is getting better, because we've got players coming back into it. As I said, like Ash has come back into it, Ethan was suspended for 2 games, has come back in. It's just so difficult to deal when you're losing players. And we've also got Owen and Bash that are going to come back quite soon, so the squad's looking a bit stronger. Dan Sass as well come back in this week, which is really good. He's been on loan for Blackpool, he got injured, so it's starting to look a lot healthier, because it's always difficult to get through a period of time when you don't have those players. So I think the squad's good, there's a really good spirit about them, and it's been like that in the last 5-6 weeks, even since I've been here. Even from our losing games, they've been keeping positive. Again, we obviously try to kind of create that positivity, but they've been great. You try to have a culture where they are positive and working hard, and again they're doing that, and hopefully when you continue to do that you get results.
Now it's clear for everyone at the club that you'll be in charge along with Nilo for the remainder of the campaign. Does that settle things down a little bit and sort of push the focus entirely on remaining in the National League rather than sort of speculating about future positions and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think from the players' point of view, I'd imagine that when you've got change of staff, there's always going to be, as I said that I think before, transitional periods, and how do you deal with that? Because in life at times nobody likes change, you know, and there's been a lot of change for different reasons. And I think the most important thing is when I came in and I spoke to the chairman and I spoke to the director of football and Kev at the time, it was all about how can we try and keep the team in the league, because it is a massive thing for AFC Fylde to do that. And the chairman's very passionate, as well the staff and any staff that are in here at the moment, to try and make sure that happens, because you don't want to go down the league because it could have repercussions in the club in various forums. But again, there's been a lot of support, like, from my personal point of view, since I've joined the club, from the chief exec, the director of football, you know, it changed, but from both of them they've given me a lot of support. And again, my job right up to the point was trying to support the manager, support the team, exactly the same. I come in here to do a job and nothing changes with that. It's just to try and help that team improve performances, improve results, and obviously make sure we try our very best to stay in the league. It's a big challenge, it's not going to be easy. I say that to people, it's like it's great we won at the weekend, but we've got to put that to bed and move on to the next one. There's going to be, it's not going to Gateshead's going to be a hard game, let's be honest. They're a very good team, and they've obviously, that's why they're up the league where they are. But again, from the chairman's point of view, it's just a case of can we try and make sure we get enough points to stay in the league, and that's what we'll continue to do.
And just finally, obviously, you took charge of the first game this weekend. It probably couldn't have gone much better. Just how pleased were you with the reaction from the players on that day in Altrincham?
Yeah, to be fair, again, see with them, against they come in, they've worked hard. I mean, there's a really good group of people in there, first and foremost. I said that to them. If you've got good people, you've got a chance of being successful in anything, and there's a lot of good people. Then what you need to do is transfer that onto the pitch, and I think that if you look at them, similar to a couple of games I've played in since I've been here, that the doggedness and the resilience and the competitiveness they've shown, all we've got to do is try and mirror that every week. We've got 14 games, and what you're trying to do is have those habits every day at training, have those habits every time in the matches. There's no guarantee, because you've got another 11 players you're playing against, and you've got coaches of a very good level that are trying to outdo you. And I think the good thing on Saturday was that the players to a man, the ones that come on, even the guys that weren't on the pitch, the subs were so supportive of the players on the pitch, and it was such a good feeling. But to get that good feeling, you're going to have to earn it, and to get that good feeling, you have to work hard. And again, the players are doing that, the staff are doing that. I say we're very fortunate to have some really good staff in here that are supporting, whether it be for sports science, for analysis, for the physio, for the kit man. There's a lot of support there, and myself and Neil have been given this opportunity to try and help the players, and it'll be a collective. It's not just about me, him, because it isn't. Everyone that knows me, it's not about that. It's about how we can try and get the staff to work as hard as they can, which they're doing, to support the players, to get them to work as hard as they can. And then what they did on Saturday was proved if they do that, they get results, but we've got to do that for an hour more games, and then hopefully after that we can be sitting in a more positive position in the league.
Finally, David, what's your sort of message to the fans? Obviously they're going to play a huge role in the last sort of third of the season, and especially in the run-in. How crucial are they going to be, and what's your message to them?
No, I think if you see, like I mentioned that to you earlier about on Saturday, they were brilliant on Saturday. I think the club, to be fair to the chairman and chief executive, wanted to put on a bus for them to come through, which I thought was great. But it was so good, the fact that you've got quite a good number that attended, and the fact that players won, that connection with the fans is so important. And again, from a personal point of view, all we can say is keep supporting the team, because the players need it, the staff need it, the club needs it. Again and again, and Saturday was a really good feeling for them. And they shared it with the players, and I think the more we can try and create that, the better. Now, it might not go our way every single week, so you just want the supporters to try and really get behind it. I can just say to them that we work as hard as we can to make sure that we try and get performances and get results, and just keep giving us the support you gave us at the weekend, and as you've done since I've been here, because it's been really good.